What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, today we've got the review of the first day of the second test match between India and England, and oh boy, what a first day for India and KL Rahul. An incredible first day of cricket. A great day of first cricket, to be honest with you. We're just going to get straight into it because I'm excited to talk about the day's play. You start off with Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul opening. Actually, let's go through the changes first. So, as we know, Lord Shardul Thakur came out for Ishant Sharma. We were expecting that. And then England had the three changes, I believe it was. So, Haseeb Hameed came in for Zach Crawley. Moeen Ali came in for Dan Lawrence, and Mark Wood came in for Stuart Broad. So, three pretty good changes. You know, you can't be upset with those changes. Good to see Haseeb Hameed. As I've said, I had no fucking clue who Haseeb Hameed was, but they played a little story on him before the day's play. Last night they played a little clip on him of his story and how he was dropped from his county side and then brought in and all this. So, you know, happy for him. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about what has unfolded in the Indian batting lineup. Rohit Sharma, 83 off 145. Now, he started like a house on fire. That one over off Sam Curran was just 4 after 4 after 4 after 4. Sam Curran just kept bowling some really poor deliveries and Sharma kept putting him away. And for a classy 83, of course, we would have loved to see him go on and score a ton, but that delivery from Jimmy Anderson just was an incredible delivery. It just nipped straight back in off the pitch, swung back in, and, you know, I think it took off stump, but it was an incredible delivery. So you have to give credit where credit's due. Great bowling, a classy 83 off from Rohit Sharma, but his opening partner. His opening partner is the innings I want to talk about and the main focus of today's video, KL Rahul. Now, firstly, he wasn't even selected for the first test match. He was not even going to be playing in the first test match. It was going to be Agarwal in front of him, and then he got the chance through injury. Obviously, Agarwal got a knock to the head. He made a classy 80, I think it was, in the first test match, booked his spot for the second, and then he comes out here with a 127 not out at the end of day one's play at stumps. This is not me, you know, overrating the innings, but this is probably the greatest innings that I've seen in probably since Steve Smith's double ton in the Ashes. I think, was that at Lords as well? I think that was at Lords as well. Or was it Trent Bridge? I can't remember, but Steve Smith in 2019 who made that double ton, which was incredible. This is probably the second best innings I've seen since then. I mean, it was just some offside dominance. Now, we know Rahul loves his offside. He played some beautiful cover drives. If you guys are new to the channel, my favourite shot is a cover drive. Anything on the offside that is just driven through the ground for 4 is just beautiful shot. I mean, he just didn't look like playing a bad shot. I mean, obviously, you know, there was a few deliveries that went through the slips, went through gully, that, you know, were chances. But other than that, it was pure dominance of the bowlers from Rahul. He just didn't give them anything, didn't give them any opportunities. An offside dominance day, to be honest with you. Rahul was not there to fuck around. And what I want to talk about is something that was really important to Rahul's innings, is that he was playing a bit of an anchor role to Sharma. You know, Sharma was in there making the runs. Rahul was about 33 off like 100 when Sharma went out. And then, you know, normally when you lose a wicket with your opening partner, that's when you start putting the brakes on, and then you let you and your partner get back into the innings, your new partner, and you just kind of, you know, soak up some overs, let the momentum, you know, kind of die out from the wicket, and then you can start playing your shots. Rahul gave no fucks on the wicket. He started playing a lot more freely as soon as Sharma went out, which I thought was madness, but it paid off. You know, if Rahul went out like, you know, 3 overs later playing a lofty shot, then everyone would have been pissed off. But the fact it paid off and he's 127 not out at day's play is just incredible. Again, one of my favourite innings that I've seen in a long time. It's my favourite innings that I've seen since Steve Smith's double ton. Seriously, it was an incredible display of batting. And Rahul is in some great touch. You know, and I'm so happy for him. He's in the side. No one expected him to be playing in any of these test matches, or especially the first 2. And here he is. And he's comfortably player of the series so far. Now, of course, we're only in the second bloody test match. But, I mean, it's he's on fire. And I love to see it. Hopefully, in day 2, he can go on and get a double ton. Nothing would make me happier to see Rahul go on and make a 220 plus. It would be awesome. But, you know, there still is other stuff here in the innings. We can't only talk about Rahul. Pujara, gee whiz, it was a lazy shot. It was an under pressure shot. It was an average shot at best. You know, it was a good delivery from Anderson. But again, the way Pujara went out, it reminded me of how Kohli went out for a duck. In the first test match. Pujara, he was clearly under pressure. He was clearly nervous, or he just didn't really want to go out that early. And the ball just stayed low. It nipped away late, and he just threw his bat out at it, and he found it into Johnny Bairstow at second slip, I think it was. So, really disappointing from Pujara so far in these first 2 test matches. I mean, if he goes out for a score similar, I mean, if he has another score of 5 or 10 in the second innings, then his spot will be under all sorts of pressure, and then his questions will be on him playing that 3rd test match and whether or not you bring in Agarwal to maybe play at first drop, or maybe Rahul, but you're not going to move Rahul, are you? So, a lot of questions are on Pujara, but when your team is still 3 for 276, you know, you probably don't lose your spot in any side. And he's a great player. He's a great test match player, Pujara. So, you know, I think you still got to back him in. Hopefully he can find some runs in the second innings, because I'd love to see old Chideshi boy get amongst the runs. The skipper, Virat Kohli, good to see him get some runs as well. I mean, 42 off 103. It was a good delivery from Ollie Robinson. A great delivery with the new ball. There's nothing I mean, again, obviously there's a few things he could have done about it. Hit the ball in the middle of the bat. But again, easier said than done. It was a good delivery, good catch from Joe Root. And yeah, he goes for 42. But it is good to see the man Virat get some runs. You know, he would have felt. He leads by example. He would have felt under all sorts of pressure to lead his team after going out for a golden duck. Was it a golden duck or any sort of duck? Obviously it was. Was it first ball? No, I think he went out for 3rd ball in the first test. But 42 is better than nothing, to be honest. And you know, he got unlucky. The new ball. It was a great delivery from Ollie Robinson. So you know. Shit happens. And then Ajinkye Rahane came in, 1 for 22, not out. And now he will look to build a big partnership with KL Rahul on day 2. As we know, Rahane hasn't been in the runs as well. So there's a bit of pressure on Rahane to score a bit of runs. So hopefully we can see him get amongst the runs, score a big score, make a big partnership with Rahul, and almost put this test match to bed on day 2. You know, India can absolutely win this test match on day 2, which sounds crazy, I know. It sounds insane that I'm saying that they could win a test match on day 2. But let's say India go into the last session of day 2. They're all out for 482 or 429. I don't see England chasing 429. And then in the second innings, they'll have to go out there and try and bowl India out again for under 200. I just don't see it happening. They're in a terrific position to go and win this test match, India. And it's all thanks to these two at the top of the order, especially Rahul. Let's go through the bowlers. Jimmy Anderson, obviously there was a calf complaint, or a quad, I think it was, but he's good to go. Bowled magnificently. 2 for 52 off 20. Ollie Robinson, 1 for 47 off 23. And the rest of the bowlers no one cares about because they didn't do anything, but no wickets for them. But hey, that is going to cap off the day one review. What an incredible day for India. Makes me so happy to see Rahul get the runs and score a ton. It was a classy ton. Incredible stuff. I mean, some of the shots he played on that offside were just incredible, to be honest. Some of those drives were just something of just pure class. You can't teach what he was doing. You can teach someone to try and play through the offside and drive through the offside, but some of the shots he played, the footwork to get up the crease, to learn where that ball was going to land, you just do not teach that. It's all cricket smarts, and he has plenty of them, as we all know. I mean, I'm not telling anyone anything fucking new, but incredible innings. One of my favourite innings I've seen in a long, long time, to be honest. It was a great display of batting, and I'm super happy for him. But hey, that is going to cap it off, guys. Day one, India 3 for 276. England's got a big job with the ball on day two. Day two, can England restrict India to under 400? Or will India prevail and go and make 450 plus? All the questions for day two. Excited for more cricket. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.